Hello and welcome. Today we're talking about the DFIR-01 Lab 1, known as Detecting Startup Programs. So we're going to get into Windows 10 and we're going to install what we need to do, and we're going to go through the process of detecting startup programs. Alright, so first of all, it's a fresh install of Windows 10. Nothing else is installed other than the default programs inside Windows 10. First thing I want to do is I want to make sure that I can access Chrome, so I'm going to download Chrome. I'm also going to set up Win7, because a lot of what I'm going to be downloading are going to be zip files or 7-zip files. So I want to make sure that I can download and extract that content. In this lab, we have download two programs, Auto Run, and we need to download okay, maybe it's just running a little slow. So we're going to be setting up Auto Run to look at our startup executables, and we're going to be looking at another program, not Auto Run. It is going to be AnyDesk. That way we can make sure that we can see as we download something the process. Alright, Chrome is downloading. Chrome is opening. Not a fan of VirtualBox, especially when I install Chrome. It likes to hang and keep making that audio sound. And it's not tied to my virtual machine, it's tied to my host machine, which is very annoying. Alright, so it is now installed. Alright, so sorry about that. If you get a continual audio ping from your virtual machine when you install Chrome, I normally just stop my VirtualBox and I reopen it. One of the big reasons I'm not a fan of VirtualBox, but it is what it is. So once Chrome is downloaded, I'm going to set it as my default browser. And I'm also going to download 7-zip. So go to download. The 32-bit should be fine. And there is the audio again. Alright, so I should now have 7-zip and Chrome installed. So we're going to copy over some extra files. That's going to be the Auto Run as well as the AnyDesk download. You can download them, you can take them from the core shell. It really depends on however you're following along with this. Alright, so I copied over my extra lab files, AnyDesk, and our Auto Run. I'm going to go ahead and extract my Auto Run. Alright, so what's going to happen is Auto Run, we're going to be looking for the Auto Run S64. This is going to show all currently running processes. It's going to show everything. It's going to show the timestamps, though not all the timestamps are going to show correctly. most of them should be showing correctly. Some of them may be askew. So as we go through this, we should be able to see the entry, the description, the publisher, the path to the executable, the timestamps. There are going to be some registry keys that are not found, like this one is showing a atmfd.dll that is missing. We can see that Internet Explorer is running. So we can see that there's some basic functionality here. And the nice thing is we can start drilling down on them. So we're specifically more focused on the login. You'll notice with login we have things like the command, VirtualBox, OneDrive, Chrome, Edge, and these two .NET IE security registration keys that happen to be the same key. The purpose of this lab is so that we can see what is starting up. Nice thing is we can open up Task Manager, go to Startup, and we can see the items that are starting up through our Windows Task Manager. So we know VirtualBox, we know OneDrive, and we know the security notification. So we still have Edge and Chrome showing as installed components that will do some type of action at login. So next we need to look at our registry keys, because part of the lab was to see where the registry keys are. You'll notice up here, HKLM, HKCU. Go to regedit. HKey class root, so that would be HKCR, HKCU, HKLM, HKU. Okay, that's current user. That's LM, that's the local machine. And then that'll be HKCC. So we can actually navigate to, we'll do VirtualBox for example. HKLM. Then we go to software. From software we go to Microsoft. From Microsoft we go to Windows. From Windows we go to current version. From current version we go to run. And we can see the path for VirtualBox as well as the security health. So this guy right here and OneDrive, while it may be the software Microsoft Windows current version /run, VirtualBox is in the HK local machine, and the OneDrive is underneath HK current users. So slightly different locations depending on which key, which hive they're actually in. So this is a registry key for VirtualBox tray. The nice thing is when we do this, we can start seeing where these files are actually truly located. So now let's install AnyDesk. Lab 1. If we just run it, it's not quite good enough. We can see these are all registry keys. We can see that it's not going to be here. We actually want to run it, so install. We want to install it at that location, sure. I'll keep the defaults for now. Not a fan of the audio hiccup. Alright, fix the audio issue. Nice thing is we now should be able to see any desk actually loaded. We can see first, go to log on. I'm going to go ahead and refresh it. Autodesk is there, but you'll notice we don't get a registry key, we get a actual program. And program data, Microsoft Windows Start Menu Program Startup. If we go to our task manager and startup, we see that it's there. So it's not always in the registry where certain programs are going to be linked for our startup. It could be as simple as C drive. You'll notice that the folders there are hidden. So program data, Microsoft, Windows, Start Menu, Programs, Startup, and there is the startup for our AnyDesk. So again, not always directly tied to a logon portion of the registry, but still, none the same, it's still there. You can also disable it if you don't want it running. Like, we're not going to be using OneDrive, so I'm going to disable OneDrive because those are two programs we aren't going to be using in these labs. Alright, so that is exploring the startup in Windows in our introductory to DFIR. Again, the purpose of this lab was to look at startup programs, where they're located both in Task Manager, where they could be located in our directory path, as well as what tool we can look at so that we can explore running programs or programs that load when Windows starts without looking at some of the Windows tools. So if there's any questions or any concerns, please feel free to reach out. Thank you. And again, this was DFIR Module 01, Lab 1. Our directory path, as well as what tool we can look at so that we can explore running programs or programs that load when Windows starts without looking at some of the Windows tools. So if there's any questions or any concerns, please feel free to reach out. Thank you. And again, this was DFIR